Right, so if you've been keeping up with the Rampage Jackson situation recently, you'd know that there's a lot of names now involved in this situation as suspects. If you've been living under a rock and don't know what I'm talking about here, the Rampage Jackson situation I'm referring to here is when Rampage Jackson's son, Raja, turned up to an independent wrestling show recently, a Knokx Pro wrestling show to be specific, and after an awkward encounter backstage with a worker named Syko Stu, which was then resolved, Raja held this anger in and ended up taking it out on Syko Stu in his match in what was meant to be just a simple post-match beatdown angle, punching him 22 times whilst he was unconscious in what was an obvious assault. Yeah, it's a story that's been dominating the airways of the last 2 days. It's been one of the biggest stories in all of wrestling for the last couple of days, with a police investigation underway for Raja, Knokx Pro Wrestling losing their WWE ID affiliation, and loads of drama surrounding wrestlers who were telling Raja to give him a receipt and encouraging it, and former Knokx Pro students exposing Knokx Pro for telling its students to not cooperate with the police investigation. It's just a shit show all round. There's a lot of moving parts to this story and things continue to heat up, as whilst Rampage Jackson himself is yet to say anything on the situation or offer any sort of response, his father Rampage Jackson now has. He was first asked about it by a TMZ journalist who I think found him at the airport and asked him about the situation. I can't play this clip because obviously it's a TMZ clip, it'll get copyrighted. But just last night he did go ahead and fire up his own Kick stream, as of course it was Raja that was banned from Kick, not him. And he did speak in length about the entire thing.
You know, it's hard for me to talk about it, but you know, I'm just keeping 100, you know. I feel bad about what happened to Syko Stu. I don't condone what my son did at all. Very, very unfortunate. If I was there, things went down, but you know what I'm saying, I wasn't there. I'm a father, so you know, I gotta have my son's back, but I'm gonna let justice, you know, play out, take its course. Ain't much I can do on that side, but be a father. Y'all know I can't talk about that shit. I can't talk about any details and stuff like that. I can't really go into nothing. I hope y'all can respect that. The shit put me in like a bad mood, you know what I'm saying? I feel bad about Syko Stu and his family. His family had to see that shit, you know what I'm saying? And I just wish I could have been there, but I couldn't. Shit is wild. Shit is wild. Now shit all over the internet, so you know, I see a lot of people editing stupid shit for clickbaits and stuff like that, and to make money and shit. That, you know, that's not fair. There's a lot of racist people showing their true colors and stuff, but you know, all this shit, you can't stop none of this shit. But you know, I'm not you know, taking up for my son or anything like that. I'm just telling you guys facts, you know what I'm saying? But I'm doing what any father would do, is being a father in hard moments like this. Sometimes you're proud of your kids and sometimes you're not proud of your kids, but at the end of the day, you're still a father. Hopefully one day I can meet Syko Stu and shake his hand and have a man-to-man with him and stuff like that, but who knows, and I'm just gonna try to like get back to being myself. I don't got the right words to say, and I know whatever I say, the haters are gonna try to twist my words and say whatever they want to say. But you know, I wasn't there. I was learning what went on at the same rate as everybody else. Then I got down to the bottom of it, and I learned there's a lot of misinformation out there. So guys, don't believe every edit and stuff that you see. Y'all need to know that I don't condone Raja's conduct, and I hope Syko Stu can forgive me, myself, as a dad, because for not understanding everything, you know what I'm saying? And let's see what happens from here. I'm not talking about that shit no more. I'm not talking about that shit no more. I'm done with that. I'm moving on.
Now, obviously, it goes without saying that Rampage Jackson isn't the one to blame for this Raja situation. He wasn't there, he can't control him. But at the same time, his responses so far to this situation, from his tweet to his TMZ interview to this, have all kind of been different and contradictory in different ways. He also talks about receiving racist DMs and messages in the wake of this situation, and he also calls out the YouTuber MMA Guru for, I guess, what appears to be him saying that he's a part of this.
It's a lot of like ignorant people on the internet. I understand that. You know, it is what it is. The shit don't affect me, don't bother me, but people like MMA Guru, you know what I'm saying, that guy is supposed to be some kind of journalist, and his racism came out. His racism showing. You know what I'm saying? That's like, it's 2025, like, you know what I'm saying? People do shit. People do shit in this world. Some people fuck up. Some people do shit. It shouldn't get turned into race. Nobody wants to hear a bunch of racist shit about their son, no matter what race they are. He must don't have kids himself.
What did he say?
I don't want to repeat what he said, but he said a whole bunch of. He said, like, he showed his racism, basically what he did. Like, I'm from the South. The stuff he said, only racist people say. A lot of racist people came forward and said stuff and DM me racist shit. It don't bother me because I don't care about racist people. But MMA Guru, he has a platform.
Yeah.
And he should stay neutral because he's giving his opinions on fights and stuff like that. So now people gonna be watching him when black fighters fight and the shit he say.
Yikes.
You know what I'm saying?
And MMA Guru would respond to him on Twitter saying, "I call an attempted murderer a dumb animal. Rampage calls me racist for it. It's 2025. Yes, it is 2025. Focus on the attempted murderer of a son you've got, you failure of a dad, and not what names I call him. Your own victim mindset is probably what made your son bullyable by teenagers." Whatever beef Rampage and MMA Guru have going on is a story for another day. Yeah, overall my opinion is that Rampage Jackson doesn't really need to say anything about the situation. It's only up to Raja, who we really need to hear from still. But obviously I imagine he's been told to lay low and not say anything whilst the police investigation is ongoing. Another major character in this entire situation is a wrestler called AJ Mana. AJ Mana is a wrestler who works for Knokx Pro, and during this situation he was seen backstage telling Raja Jackson to give a receipt to Syko Stu.
Working like that, you don't fucking, you know
That's
what I mean?
what I'm saying.
But he doesn't know him like that.
He don't. He's a fucking idiot. Hey. So when you run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit. If you got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there.
This took place after Raja and Stu had already made amends and Stu had apologized and they shook hands. So AJ Mana was just reigniting the flame, and as a result he's been getting a lot of backlash from this situation, rightfully so. He made a response on Facebook which quickly got deleted and wasn't a good response at all. And he's now appeared on an interview where he's offered up an even worse response to the entire situation, where he takes no responsibility and shifts the blame onto every other person involved.
I'm not dealing with anything with regard to speculation, rumor, hearsay, anything of that nature. I will deal only with my personal experience. I will deal only with the facts as I witnessed them and as I acted, as whatever came out of my mouth, wherever these 2 feet went, and whatever I was involved in. Guess what? In a video that was over an hour long, hour and 30 minutes, hour and 20 minutes, whatever it was. In that entire video, you will only see my ass 8 minutes. 8 fucking minutes was my activity in that entire thing. I had the least amount of involvement in this shit. However, I'm taking the most of the heat for it because what's happening, I won't get too deep into family ties and shit like that, but it's very obvious. It's easy to go ahead and throw me under the bus Very.
AJ, before you go on, let me let
AJ actually then goes on to reveal that he's got a personal relationship with Raja Jackson through the fact they actually trained together, and that himself, Raja, and Rampage had a meeting the day before about a potential Knokx Pro / Kick partnership.
Raja, who is a teammate of mine, who is the son of Quentin Rampage Jackson. The man, not a character. Not what was worked into a fucking storyline. Like I said, let's deal with the facts. Fact, he was a guest. I didn't bring him to the show. I was a part of the show. Fact, I am not a promoter. Dumbasses. I am a talent. Fact, it wasn't even my idea to have a storyline with Raja. Why? I have no creative control. I don't own the fucking company. I carried out what was told to me to fucking do. Fact, I was unaware that by carrying out what I was told to do, I would then be scapegoated to protect them. The day prior, there was a meeting with myself, Raja, and his pops about beginning a collaboration as they are doing this, what you call this shit, dude? This live stream shit.
Okay.
What was
yeah,
that?
it was kick live stream. Kick.
Right? Kick. That's what it was. Well, it turns out they had millions of followers. This shit was popping. Rampage said to me, you know what? I see you've been working hard to get your name out there, but it's fucking something just ain't clicking. Like, people know who you are, but, bro, like, if you get on this stream shit with us, like, people gonna talk shit, and they did. People gonna talk shit, and, you know, they gonna fucking rage bait you and all that. But just, you know, just be cool about it, and, you know, people, your following will go up, and it did. It really did. So then we started talking about, okay, what if we bring this stream over to Knokx Pro? It'll be good for them, and it'll be good for you. Okay. Raja was there on business. Raja wasn't there. And look, that leads me to the can. We'll get to that. Because y'all out here trying to say this whole thing was a work. This whole thing from the jump was a part of a storyline that went wrong. That's bullshit. And for those that this may upset, I'm dealing in facts, right? I'm not going to perpetuate the bullshit that you want me to put out there. Well, I can't say put out there because most of you told me to shut the fuck up and not say anything and let it die out.
And then he just spends the rest of the time trying to shift the blame seemingly to the promoters of the show he's trying to blame here.
Promoter says, since this is already on camera, and you can go watch it for yourself, like I said, the tape never stopped running. Since this is already on film, let's go ahead and use it. Let's make it a part of the show. Well, how are we going to do that? Well, I'll give you a chance to go in on during his match, and, you know, you get your lick back. You see, I said receipt. I didn't say lick back. I said receipt. You know what a receipt is? Here, I'll do it
in pro wrestling.
I'll do it to myself.
Explain that for the people who
I'll
may
do
not
it.
know.
I will literally give myself a receipt right now. You ready? That's a receipt, bitch. That's all the fuck I told Raja to do. The only thing I told Raja to do was give him a fucking receipt because that's what the promoter wanted to do, to fucking be done. The promoter sent me away with Raja to work out the details. Watch the video. I didn't tell him to go beat that man. One punch. Y'all dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
they pulled him aside after we hashed everything out. They pulled him aside. By the way, that video where I'm telling Raja to fucking hit homeboy, that was a part of the fucking build up to what was about to happen later on in the fucking show. Just so you know. Somebody pulled him aside after and then says to him, and you can fucking get this validated as well. Pulled him aside, some fucking jabroni from the fucking goddamn bullshit production team comes up to him and says, No. Don't just throw one punch. Fucking slam him and keep hitting him until we come in there and pull you off. Now, who the fuck set that up? And guess where I was? Nowhere in the fucking building. You know why? Because I was getting ready for my match. I had a match. I was fucking getting fucking dressed out, getting ready to fucking hit the road for another fucking gig. So I was out of there.
Yeah, to be honest, I think that's the last we're gonna hear of AJ Mana in this situation. He just needs to keep his mouth shut in general, and overall, he's probably gonna lose a lot of bookings as a result of this entire incident, and I think rightfully so. As for Syko Stu, there's been no update since the last one that he regained his consciousness. He appears to be on the road to recovery and recovering well. The GoFundMe is now up to over 150,000 raised, with donations from the likes of Mr. Beast, Chris Jericho, Finn Balor, Nick Nemeth, Jack Perry and Swerve Strickland, and other wrestlers in the industry. I'll leave a link to the GoFundMe down below if you want to donate yourself. And I'm very glad that the entire wrestling community and world has came together for Syko Stu. He deserves all the support he gets here and a healthy road to recovery. And everyone else involved in the situation that puts Stu in danger, they can get fucked. That's it from me though. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye and keep on rolling.